Hey there guys, what is going on today? We are back with another map guide. We have just recently unlocked the Collateral Strike playlist, which is really cool. In my opinion, Collateral is a very thoughtfully designed map. There's a lot of interesting lines of sight, a lot of things that you look at and go, yeah, that's a really cool part of this map. Collateral Strike is a definitely different designed map in this game though. It doesn't really play like many of the other maps in this game. There's a little bit more verticality than some of you are probably expecting. And it's actually definitely a fun map in my opinion. I really enjoy Collateral Strike. Now, from what I know, Collateral, just in like the general sense, like the actual bigger map is way larger. I think it also includes that area over there. So this is a very large map on Collateral normally. But on Collateral Strike, we do have a fairly narrow sort of 3-lane style map. Of course, we do have the A flag up near the satellite on this side of the map, sort of looking in and out of these buildings. There's not too much interesting about this particular site. There is this bit of cover here and of course the tree. You can sort of be seen from different angles on this spot. So if you come around the side here, you can sort of take that area there. The A is a little exposed, which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is here. There's a lot of places where you can get shot from A, but that's interesting. We look at the B flag, and this is very interesting here. This is a bowl courtyard style area. There's a lot of different sight lines that you can be shot from, and that's why they have included a lovely shipping container. A lot of people do sit in that corner there, and this corner there as well. So just keep that in mind. If you are looking at the B flag and there's nobody running around outside it, they are very likely to be in the shipping container. I have run into this shipping container at least a dozen times now, and there has been sitting someone there and someone sitting there as well. If that light wasn't in here, it would be very tough to see people in there. So it's a good thing they added that. Moving across to the C flag now, this is a little bit more defendable. Like this is a box area of a house. This is quite interesting. A nice little capture point on C with a lot of different cover options. You can look up into here and still cap the flag. But for the most part, they're all fairly standard points on this map. Now, one of my favorite features about this map is actually this room here. We look up and walk up into the ramp here that has been nicely created by the satellite shrapnel. Walk up into here and you see this room here. And you look at it and you're like, well, that's not really that useful. Like you can't actually look over the balcony there. If you do want to look over the balcony and sort of see into this spawn, you do have to expose yourself quite... This is pretty bad. Like this is a really bad line of sight to just be sort of sitting in this window. The sun's beating down on you. People are going to be able to see you and shoot you. And of course, to get into this room, you can literally just like run up this solar panel looking satellite-y bit, which is really neat here. Because most of the time, people will be looking out of these windows, looking at the C flag. You can even sort of hover on this window ledge and peek out into the spawn a little bit more. That's always good as well. And if you aren't really paying attention, you're sort of looking out here, doing a little bit more recon on the B flag. Somebody is going to come up behind you here and just sort of jump straight into this here. If you don't want to jump into that room immediately like that window there, you can jump onto this side and come on sit here. You might take somebody a little bit by surprise and do a fairly decent job of taking them out. This is kind of irrelevant, but you can jump from there to there. But for the most part, you're just going to like run up here anyway. So it's not too big of a deal. But this room is definitely one of my favorite parts of the map. It does let you control this area, control the C spawn. And then it also has a nice bit of counterplay where you can run up this thing if somebody isn't paying attention and jump in this window here if you do prefer. Very cool part of the map. Again, you can see the B flag from this particular window. This very much does remind me of a map from Modern Warfare. There's a lot of verticality on this map, and if they did have doors that opened up, this would be a map straight out of Modern Warfare in my opinion. This is a very cool looking map. You've of course got this little catwalk style thing like over the top. That's cool as well. There's just a lot of cool features about this map. Nice little ramp again made by the solar panel of the satellite. Run across here. This is again very exposed, so you shouldn't use this all the time. But off the rip, off the spawn, you will likely get away with just running across here. Very cool. And you can get all the way over here, see this side of the map, see that window there, see the B flag, and see somebody trying to flank down that side as well, which is again very exposed there. If we look back at this room here, I believe there's probably going to be a hard point in here. There's no real point to have this building here, otherwise sort of defending from that building there, maybe this flank on this side. If there wasn't a hard point in here, I'm not 100% sure, but you do spawn back here, so this can be a little interesting. Again, the larger map is over there as well. Sort of make an L shape, which is quite interesting. But again, the backside of this map isn't really too interesting. The only thing that we do have here is mostly the satellite, this ramp up into this building here, take someone by surprise, and then control this, and then you can look at the B flag. If we do take a look at this side of the map, we do have the ladder here. We can just jump up this thing, get a better angle on that window there, maybe compete with somebody on the B flag, and then try and stop somebody coming from the A flag across this little catwalk thing onto our building that we want to control. Interestingly enough, you actually can't jump up here like most of the stuff that is on this map that is shaped like this. You can jump up it, but in that specific instance, you can't really jump up that. There is a side entrance that you can go on this side, and most of these are usually indicated by some kind of rope or some kind of building part that makes it look like you can climb up there. Again, you can climb in this window here as well. Jump up into that bad boy. But again, you can't climb up there. A little disappointing that you can't actually just jump up straight up there. Maybe most people would do that rather than take the ladder. but you can do a little jump and get a decent amount of height on the ladder. Again, you can't really can't jump up this side. You do kind of have to take the ladder unless you want to go on the left-hand side and then expose yourself from this sort of flank down here. There's another building in here, of course, not super interesting, just sort of a fairly standard room. Essentially, most people will get here at the same time. Somebody will be coming down this side. You'll get into this room. You might have a gunfight here most of the time. And then somebody, again, will be peeking from this side and then maybe coming down those stairs or on the top as well. So just keep that in mind. You can't jump up from here. The only way to get up here is that thing there and come from the other side or be up there at the beginning and then run across there. This room, again, is just another simple room that sort of connects these two areas. You will be able to take people out running across this sometimes. You got to keep in mind that people will be sitting in that building there, sitting over there, sitting there, and sitting in this little area just there as well as down there. So you're fairly exposed if you do run here. But most of the time, off the spawn, you should be able to run across this fairly easily and get a good shot on somebody who is sitting in that building there. Again, if we continue our push on the left-hand side, we are back to the A flag. And again, this is a fairly exposed area. Like, the A flag is very, very tough to take sometimes. It is a little bit more open than the C flag. So again, you'll just sort of be sitting in these areas watching and sort of defending it from people who are coming this way. This is a fairly nice building to hold in. People will be sort of having a little bit of trouble trying to keep track of you. But again, another building that is very, very important on this map is this room here. This room is shaped so you can put a piece of field upgrade equipment in this corner here and it is defended from this side. You can't really shoot that. That is quite nice. You can put like a field microphone or a jammer there to sort of hold off. It is a little unfortunate that you don't have a visual on anything that is on that side of the map. Really, the only thing is to sort of peek out here and expose yourself from the C side. But again, if somebody is sort of peeking out and walking down these stairs or sort of coming around that way, you should be able to get a nice shot on them and then duck back inside and wait for people to come to you. I've got a lot of kills sort of sitting in this part of the map, shooting people in that window, sort of people sort of running out of that spawn there, coming on that side as well as they come around here. And just sort of holding this spawn is very, very easy with this, as you can place a field upgrade equipment there, and it is very, very strong to sit in this room. So just keep this in mind here. A lot of people will be sitting in this building a lot of the time. You can't jump up on there or anything. But yeah, a lot of people do sit in here because this is very, very powerful and quite easy to hold. You will literally just see people like, oh, is there a guy in there? And then they'll peek up and they will just walk into your gun, which is very, very nice for getting lots of kills here. And again, you can see the reverse side, the B flag. Again, you can sort of see in there, if you land a grenade there, you'll probably get a little bit of damage on somebody who is sitting here, or even damage on this guy who is sitting here. Good way to control the B flag. Again, the resupply is just there. That's quite interesting. Again, you can't really go on the outside. It's quite a narrow map, but it is quite fun in my opinion. Again, there's a little satellite bit over here. I believe there would be a hard point over here, probably the crater. Probably just encircles the entire crater here, makes it quite easy to sort of be in and out of this place. You sort of lay down, you're sort of protected from the A side. Again, you can sort of defend it from over here a little bit better as well. Take sort of somebody up behind that tree there, sort of duck back into the crater and sort of just run away, and then maybe flank around this side, sit on top of this thing and sort of get a nice little shot. Again, you can use the other side of the satellite to sort of protect yourself from people who are there, and utilize a little trick shot for final kill on that bit there. A little bit of a shame that you can't jump up on these buildings. A little bit more verticality would be very, very interesting. Having like third levels to these buildings would be quite nice, but is what it is here. Again, this is another little area that you can obviously jump up. You can jump up onto that. You don't need to worry about that bit there, but you can just go like that. So you have to, you can actually skip that tier. You can go like this and then go like this, or you can just jump straight up from this one, just do a little skip and then jump up there. Or you can run around the right-hand side and just take the stairs like a nerd. But again, you can do a little jump up there. So just keep that in mind. Always nice little spots here. A lot of people will sort of not really be sitting in this corner too much as it is fairly exposed. But if you can manage to get into this corner, it's a fairly good spot. You can sort of control that area there, chuck some grenades up there. You'll at least get 2 grenades on those people. You can control the B container and then sort of maybe that window there. And if you are on the A side spawn, you can sort of sit here. Nobody's going to be behind you, and you can maybe just a little peek up over the wall. You can sit on this thing and just sort of wait for people to come to you. Again, another rock formation that I was talking about, a little imprint there. You can jump up. You can jump up like that and sort of take control of the C side. But again, this map is actually very, very cool. It's definitely worth checking out for yourself. As I said, there is the Collateral Strike 24/7 playlist in the game at the moment, and there's a lot of fun to be had on this map. Again, as I said, this is a map that does feel very, very much like a Modern Warfare map. If these were doors, like doors that opened and closed, I would say this is a map straight out of Modern Warfare. But this is a very, very fun map in my opinion. I really do enjoy this. The way it plays is a lot of verticality, a lot of different windows and stuff that you do have to keep in mind. This can probably turn into a little bit of a campus paradise, just being in and out of these buildings all the time, but If you do play aggressive, do play quite fast, most of the time they will not hear you coming and just sort of get easy kills on people who are looking out of the windows most of the time. So again, people will just sit here and just be like, la la la, having a good time, sort of shooting people who do come out of there, that window there, and have no idea that you're coming up behind them or even from the side of them most of the time. So most of the time, the ideal run out is to come from the A flag, sprint across here, not get shot, continue on your way, jump up, and then sort of take somebody out who is sitting in this window here. Very, very good spot, and then you can sort of control the C flag, but you just got to be aware that people can jump in and out of this bit with the sort of ramp made by the satellite. And again, you can also jump out of this side and sort of get a little bit of a better spot. A lot of people wouldn't know that you can really jump up there. And you can sort of get a nice little jump shot on people by standing on this desk with a sniper. Just wait for somebody to spawn, jump up, and hit a nice shot on them there. But realistically, there isn't too many other spots to talk about on this map. If this window was open here, this absolutely would be the most broken thing in the game. So it's a good thing. There's a lot of thoughtful design here, in my opinion. There's like nice spots. The doors don't exist is very, very awesome for this. No doors in Cold War is very nice. But a lot of the windows, a lot of the spots here are very thoughtful. A lot of the lines of sight have actually been well thought out. I really do appreciate this map. It is quite good. Again, having a window here would also be bad because if they sort of just ran out of here, take example, you did spawn on the seaside and you're just running up here, minding your own business, and you jump in here and immediately get shot from somebody directly looking in this window. So again, they know what they're doing with a lot of these maps a lot of the time, and it is very, very good. This one is very similar as well. People would just be sitting there and immediately shoot you. There is a lot of thoughtful design here, and I do very much appreciate this map. I think it is a very, very good one. But again, keep an eye out for those campers. Make sure people aren't sitting in these buildings and taking too long to move. Be aggressive, and you will have a lot of fun on this map. Run around with your AK-74Us, your LC-10s. You'll have a great time on this map, in my opinion. I think it's a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this one. I do massively appreciate it, of course. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. There's fish here. Little fishies. That's kind of grim. Cooking up some fish. Again, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on. We are about 20 subscribers away from 5,000. So if we could hit that milestone, that would be absolutely fantastic. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye!